Make a farmer.
A photographer.
And a teenage girl.
Buy a bus.
Add a dog.
And let the adventure begin.
Good morning and welcome to Season 2, Episode 2 of O'Neill's On the Run, Life in a Bus. I was about to say that around the other way then.
Why didn't you?
I don't know, just to keep it fresh.
Could have been back to front.
And we are in our travel series, and last week we left home and went to Murrurundi via Wallabada, and so we'll pick up from Murrurundi again today.
Yep.
We like Murrurundi. Murrurundi, like everyone on the Facebook comments, really love Murrurundi too. And
yeah, it is a nice little spot.
everyone who stayed there,
Plenty of camping options there too, I think.
And cheap and family friendly. And
yeah, I think the council could do a little bit more, just open up a couple more spots. But I reckon, yeah, it's a nice little spot. And you do, if you get those free ones, you do always try and spend money in the town.
Yeah,
or
I think it's important to support a town when they give you. There has been places we stayed like St. Lawrence, which was a cheap camp, but we found it very hard to support the town.
Yeah.
It was a bit, we'll get there, but it was a bit of an experience. But yeah, on the whole, I think if you do stay free or cheap camping, you tend to go out for dinner, get your coffees.
Yeah. And then the free camps do ask a lot of you to put your receipts in there so they know how much money you're spending in the town.
Yeah, or just a little summary note. Thanks for the great stay. We spent X, Y, Z in your town while we visited.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great way to encourage other venues and councils to keep little camps and free camps and low-cost camps open.
That's right.
Saying what we did spend. Because it looks like we come, we saw, we took, and we gave nothing. But we always try to support when we do the free camps. So, we left Murrurundi, and it was the 3rd of March, 2023.
There you go. That's not just over 12 months ago.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We're just a year behind. And we drove to Lake Liddell. Now, Lake Liddell was recommended to me by a friend. I'm not going to name my friend. Sorry, Leanne. But we didn't.
You just named her.
I know. We didn't love Lake Liddell. We drove, it was 83 kilometres from Murrurundi to Lake Liddell, and it was $28 per night on a powered site. Now, I think we'd planned to stay there a little bit longer, but one night in Lake Liddell was enough for us.
Yeah, well, they're big open parks. We stayed hooked up. You could see the water. It was windy the whole time we were there.
Yeah, look,
you couldn't swim.
I think that's the biggest thing. If you knew you couldn't swim because there's a brain-eating amoeba living in the water, and therefore you can't fish, and you have to be very careful from where you drink water, which tap and things, we probably wouldn't have went there at all. If you could have swam in that lake.
They don't supply water. A few of the ones, the regulars are there. There's like a big bunch of them together that have got water.
Yeah.
But that's about it, I think.
We couldn't get on a watered spot.
No.
We didn't need to, thankfully. At that point, we were full when we left Tamworth. We were full when we left water. But I done a couple loads of washing, and that puts the dent in the water pretty quickly. And we couldn't get anywhere near a watering point because there is a lot of permanent looking.
Yeah, there's a lot of vans there that I'd say people are miners that come in and out. And then there's permanents, which are like rough, rusted out, old caravans, bunches of tents put together.
Yeah, it's a bit homeless. And in just over a year of travel, it's the only place I haven't felt safe going to the amenities after dark by myself. And I wouldn't let Ali go to the amenities after dark herself.
Yeah. I think if you picked where you parked, like if you didn't park in amongst all the regulars, I think you'd be right, all the permanent. But there's one there, one on the Wiki Camp thing. If you want to listen to one of the permanents bang his drum kit all night, this is a place for you. And to give that context, he's right in the back corner.
On a beautiful point.
Yeah, and it's in amongst all these trees, and he's got about 30 tents.
All kind of stitched together.
I don't think there's a caravan in there, and then there's tarps, and there's a drum kit sitting out the side. Like, it really needs a photo to explain it.
And maybe there is one on Wikicamps, actually. There might be a photo to correspond with that. But while we were there, that particular guest actually had like orchestra, opera kind of music blasting from a boombox during the day. And then just on sunset, I guess when he had sipped enough VBs or Jimmy's or whatever his poison of choice was.
I reckon it'd be Jimbo in court case in a can.
Maybe maybe something less legal, I'm not sure. But then he decided to accompany his beautiful orchestra music with some very heavy metal drumming.
You can only hear it in the distance from where we were.
And that drum solo did last for several hours.
Yeah.
So we did hear that. We did hear the Coltrane's. It does have a sulphury kind of smell.
Yeah, there's a bit of a smell. But I think since we've been there, that power station shut down.
I think so too.
I think the one on the other side hasn't shut down yet, but I think that one
there is still brain-eating amoebas and you can't swim or fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would be a beautiful spot if you go skiing. I can imagine when they shut it down how many people used to come from Murrurundi and Singleton.
Yeah. Yeah, and there is a water park and stuff there, but that was all closed when we stayed there. There was nothing. Was none of those
I think
facilities.
It'd be more school holiday stuff, but
none of
why
those
would you
facilities.
go out there if you can't swim or anything?
Yeah. So my Wikicamps review for that was serious Wolf Creek vibes, and my opinion on that hasn't changed. If you had a stay at Lake Liddell and you really loved it, by all means jump on and let us know. Maybe we just got unlucky with our stay. But yeah, we didn't love Lake Liddell. It was probably at the bottom of all the places we've stayed.
Yeah.
I think it's the worst place we've stayed. I think we could probably say that.
With nothing to do. I went for a ride, but that was about it, I think.
Yeah. I walked around, took some photos, but there wasn't sort of much.
No.
Yeah, so that was Lake Liddell. We just stayed the one night, $28 powered. And to be honest, it was probably a bit expensive for what you got.
For what it was, for no water.
Yeah,
and I think we had to run 2 or 3 leads to get to the power.
Yeah, it was a bit of an expense. It was a bit of a process. But the location of Lake Liddell, if you are interested, the turn-offs between Muswellbrook and Singleton.
Yeah, Muswellbrook and Singleton both have showgrounds.
Yes.
Stay there if you can.
Yeah, that's what I'd be doing.
You won't have water views, but you won't have
the problems.
Yeah.
So from Lake Liddell, we shifted 40 kilometres and we went to Singleton Showgrounds. Now, that morning, the caretaker there, I think his name's Rob, he was fabulous because Tom had to play cricket that day. So we had to drop the bus off before 8 a.m. And Rob, I'm sure it was Rob. I'm going to call him Rob anyway. Sorry if your name's not Rob. You're Rob now. He was fabulous. He let us in, like we were in there at 7:30 in the morning, got us parked up. Yeah. And then Tom went off to cricket. But we like Singleton Showgrounds.
Yeah, heaps of power. Nice
brand
spot.
new amenities.
Yep. They weren't brand new amenities.
Well, very newish, very new and clean.
Yeah.
And nice for walking. And
you could walk right around. And you're not far from the main street.
Walk into the main street.
Easy to get to in the bus. Easy, like it looks narrow and tight, but it's not. It's easy to get into.
Yeah, and we were towing the trailer at that stage and we got in sites and things. Plenty of power, plenty of water. What did we pay at Singleton? We paid $30 a night powered. That's for 3.
Yeah, I think it was, people. And then it was $200 for the week.
Yeah, if you've done a weekly, they've done it.
Might be different now, but that's what it was.
That's what we paid. And very dog friendly. Lots of people with dogs there, and we met some people from Outlaw Motorhome Group, and they invited us to join our group. So we shout out to Outlaw Motorhomes. We're on their page as well now. And we stayed at Singleton for 2 days.
Yeah.
And while Tom was playing cricket, he hurt his back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he couldn't drive.
Yeah. I still had to drive because nobody else could do it.
I'm licensed to drive, but I didn't want to drive. And while we were at Singleton, it was 40 degrees.
Yeah.
Stinking hot. And the very first change we knew we needed was a better air conditioning system.
Yeah.
Straight down to Bunnings Singleton.
Yeah.
And then we got
top of the hill.
On the top of the hill, so up to Bunnings Singleton. And we got a DeLonghi portable air conditioner, which is, it's great. I mean, that's what we've used for the last 12 months, and it definitely takes the edge off on a hot day.
Yeah.
Not so much for Ali up the front, but it does cool the back end of the bus quite a bit. And during the day when it's at its hottest, heatest, I was about to say, at its heatest, Ali jumps down on the back bed and watches telly or watches a movie anyway. So that's sort of gets you through the heat of the day. I think it was about $680.
Yeah.
But
It'd be good if it was directional. That's the only thing.
Yeah, it's not directional, but the only real problem with that is we quickly found out our generator won't run the new air conditioner.
No.
So
The old generator wouldn't.
The old generator wouldn't, yeah.
But we didn't find that out at Singleton.
No, we didn't find that out quite just yet. So we spent 2 days at Singleton and we went, bought the air conditioner up, went to the movies. Do you remember what we watched?
No.
Cocaine Bear.
Oh, yeah.
That was an experience all in itself. And we don't mind Singleton as a town. There's not a whole heap to do around there, but it isn't a bad spot.
It's a nice sort of, like, there's nice old buildings in the main street that when you walk around.
And we walk down on the river, and there's not a bad little riverside park and sports field and stuff there.
Yeah, it's not a bad spot to stop. It'd be good if they'd bypassed it when you're going to Tamworth or something.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bugger to drive through. Tom's run park run there a few times. Park run there every Saturday morning. I've even struggled through that one myself.
Yep.
So I think that was Singleton. Anyone else got anything to add about Singleton?
No, I think it's a good spot, nice showground.
It's a good showground
tucked away.
Yeah. It's quiet, it's safe and secure.
Yeah, it's all locked up.
Yeah. And the caretaker was excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we actually come back to there, didn't we?
Yeah, we
come back to there.
Yeah.
So from there we went to Lake St. Clair. How far was Lake St. Clair?
40 odd k's, I think it is.
35 kilometres. It's pretty steep.
Yeah.
And we paid $27 a night for unpowered at Lake St. Clair. It was 30 degrees by 8:30 in the morning. It was a scorcher of a day.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful spot.
Yeah.
Except there was like blown gazebos and rubbish and stuff everywhere.
Yeah, hard to find a level spot.
Yeah, it's hard to find
everybody.
a big spot, like a bus-friendly big spot.
Yeah, you could be up on the hill where the wind howls up and over, or you could be sort of down a bit, but it was hard to find a level spot.
Yeah, but it was glorious, and I'll post some photos because I did get some beautiful sunset shots over Lake St. Clair. It did go on to be a 42-degree day that day, and we did discover the generator, because we were off power, did not run the air conditioner on a 42-degree day.
Yeah.
Which was a bit rough. But we were by the water, so we literally just swam, sat in the shade, swam, sat in the shade, sat in the shade. I went kayaking and fishing, didn't catch anything, but it was a nice thing to do. I quite liked. I'd go back to St. Clair again.
Yeah, it's a nice. It was booked out for the weekend, I think, so we only got the one night one night.
I think so, and because we were just starting.
Yeah, and we got there too early, and you couldn't get in the gate code.
Yeah, I did have that.
You got to book online.
People in the office are very short-tempered.
Yeah.
That was my note for the day in my little book here.
Probably just caretakers, and everybody's supposed to book online and not annoy them.
But then they've got a phone number on WikiCamps to call. But when you call the number, you get yelled at. So it was one of those things. Now, we have mentioned WikiCamps quite a lot today. We do get around via WikiCamps.
Yeah.
That is how we get around. Lake St. Clair is very pet friendly.
Yeah.
And Mim had a great time there swimming and carrying on. I think they're just supposed to be on leash at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the rule.
Yeah.
Lots of people don't. But
no.
I can't really remember the amenities, so they mustn't have been great,
no,
but they must have been
big.
shocking.
I think there's 2 lots of them.
I remember they were a bit of a walk up the hill.
Yeah, one lot, and then there was a lot below them. Yeah. And then there was a few powered sites up on top of the ridge.
Yeah. Yeah. But, we liked it. We walked around there. There was lots of people there fishing and things.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you had a little tinny to go out there and spend a few days fishing. During the week, I reckon. I think it's packed on the weekends.
I think it's pretty busy on the weekends myself. Yeah.
At least you can swim there.
Yeah, and
there's no permanent.
I don't think there was anyway. No. I didn't see any. So not Lake Liddell, Lake St. Clair, and the turn-off for that's on the north side of Singleton.
At the bottom of the hill.
Excuse me.
Come down the hill, coming from Tamworth, it's down the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
You turn left.
And there's a servo there, isn't it?
Yeah, new servo.
Yeah. And it is.
And if you go over the bridge into Singleton, you're going too far.
It is quite steep and windy. Like, it was a slow trip.
Yeah, it was slow.
We got there.
Yeah.
But it was slow.
Yeah.
So just do prepare to that drive. you know, drive to the conditions, drive your
Yeah, I took my
machine to
bike
the
up
conditions.
there when we were at Lake Liddell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tom had already been up there and scouted it out a little bit. Yeah. And then from there we went back to Singleton Showgrounds. My little note for the day says 30 degrees before 8 a.m. again, and Tom's still in pain with his back situation.
Yeah.
But it was pumping the clutch, wasn't it? That
Yeah, it was just twisting my back.
yeah, and I
Because
was
it's a bulge disc, I'd imagine, is what I did.
yeah, so every time I pushed the clutch, he was in a lot of pain, and going up and down all those hills at Lake St. Clair, there was a lot of clutch work.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's that, and I guess that'll pull us up for the episode. It's a short and sweet one this week.
Yep.
Next week I might be prepared and have a few more places.
Yep.
Considering when we didn't talk about Burning Mountain Walk.
Oh, yep. In between.
I was going to say we got through this really, really quick.
Yeah,
And then
it wasn't worth the walk anyway.
after Murrurundi,
It would be on a
cold day when you could see
yeah.
the steam coming out the mountain. We walk up to Burning Mountain. Now, this is a walking track we drive past all the time. We think, oh, yeah, we'll stop there on the way back. And we never, ever did. And we walked up to the top of Burning Mountain, and it was just like a slightly smouldering rock.
Yeah.
I think on a cold day when you could see the steam and stuff coming off it, it might be more impressive. But for us, it was just a bit of a rock with a little mild piece of steam if you squinted your eyes. So we didn't find it a very good walk.
No, good view. There was good views on the way up, but not when you got up the top.
And wildlife, plenty of wildlife. There was roos and things around. But yeah, so sorry we forgot to talk about that. That was between Murrurundi and Musselbrook. Yeah.
Is it between
Murrurundi and Whingin? Well, Whingin, I think it is.
Yeah.
Is the little town. Yeah. I did get somewhat prepared.
No, it's in between Whingin and Blandford, I think.
Whingin and Blandford. Somewhere between Tamworth and Scone.
Yeah. You'll see the turn off. It's actually a free camp.
Yeah, there is camping there. But again, it's not very... We got the bus in, but it was a tight, awkward spot turnaround. But we did get the bus in and park up there, but it was a tight turn. Yeah. And we were parked on a hill, and I was worried about the handbrake. Yeah. But Tom was fine. He's all over that. I did get organised and have a motivational. Success always starts with one step outside your comfort zone. Yeah. So that was that for the day. We've blasted through this really quick. Next week I'll have to think about more to talk about because
that's right. More places.
We'll be caught up to where we are now in 10 episodes if we just keep talking this quick.
Well, why don't we put on the you put on the Facebook thing, Lake Liddell, the best way to describe it for anybody that's been there.
Okay, so we want you good, bad and ugly of Lake Liddell. Give us your catchy slogan for Lake Liddell. That'll be the challenge for the week. And our next episode will
even if you love it, you can put something in there.
You can put something good in there if you love it. You can put something funny in there if you're a little bit sarcastic bastards like we are. Yeah. Wolf Creek with some brain-eating amoebas or something, I'm sure we can come up with something. If we get some good ones, I'll read them next week. So pop those up on the Facebook, and I'll put a little link up on the Facebook too. Yeah. We want to hear your catchy Lake
I reckon that'd be funny. Wolf Creek vibes, eh?
That's what I wrote. And really, it is the only place in a whole year that I haven't felt safe going to the amenities after dark, and I did not let Ali go. I walked with her every time. Yeah. So that kind of says something in itself, that it was a bit of a Wolf Creek kind of. Yeah. The people just looked at you like you had three heads. Yeah. Or were fresh meat or something, I don't know, but they all watched you and it was all a bit creepy. Yeah. Tom's a dude. He never feels unsafe. He's a big dude. He doesn't ever feel unsafe. I felt unsafe at Lake Liddell. Okay, enough Lake Liddell bashing. That's us for the week. We will catch you all next week where we travel further down the Hunter. We look at some free camps outside of Singleton and down towards the coast. Yep. And maybe I'll have to plan some more because we talk too fast.
That's it.
We didn't find any good coffee at Singleton. Do you remember any good coffee or food?
No, I can't think of the
I think we just ate KFC.
I think we got good coffee down the main street. I just can't think of the name of it.
Yeah, we get KFC. I remember we get KFC in Singleton, but their service is not very good there.
No.
Okay, that's it. We're really going this time. See you all next week.
See ya.
Bye. Make sure you follow us on all the social media channels at O'Neill's on the Run and tune in regularly to come along with us on this crazy adventure.